Welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I'm Kayla. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today as I'm working on this amigurumi project and just taking you along on my thought process and how it's working. I see this dangling. The other day in a video, someone did ask what was hanging above my head. That is the ceiling fan light pull and fan pull. And they actually happen to be bees. My son Elijah had made me charms for the bees, little charms that I bought at Michael's. And so one of them, the longer one is for the fan. No, the longer one is for the light, and the shorter one is for the fan. So yeah, she had just mentioned that she'd never noticed something hanging above my head before and wondered what it was. And so that's what it is. So in today's video, we are going to be, or I am going to be, doing the hair on my Ursula and deciding what I'm doing with her eyes and adding ears. So today I plan to finish up the head section so that the next video is about the body. So come along and let's get this hair going and get this head completed. I'm so excited about that. Hey friends, welcome back to Llama Mama Kayla's Yarn Tube. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you for stopping by and visiting with me today while I am working on my Ursula amigurumi. And I'm just showing you, my thought process and how I'm going about creating this Ursula. So here is the head, and that's what we finished in the last video. So in this video, I want to put hair on Ursula, ears, and then decide what I'm doing with her eyes, like is she gonna have eyelashes or eyebrows or what, just deciding how I want it to look. But I do know that for her hair, I pulled up a picture of Ursula on the internet, and her hair does go up, it doesn't come down, like she doesn't have long hair, it goes up. So I was trying to think of a way to do that and have some wave in it, so it's not just straight hair, so it's a little curly but not, super curly. But anyway, I've come up with an idea and I tested it, and I think this is what is going to work for me. Now, from the photo that I did look at online, her hair does come down in the front right here and then back up, so there's an indentation of the hair coming down right here, the peak, I guess you would call it. So I want to include that, but I don't want the hair to come down too far, so I'm going to count these last two purple rows here. And I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, about 17 rows up. Now that's if something was to lay down up here, but mine's actually going to stick up. But that was 17, so I'm going to make this strand of hair the longest of all. So I'm taking my white yarn and just making a slip knot. I messed that up. Okay, just taking my white yarn, and I'm going to make a slip knot and put that on my hook. Okay, and I'm going to chain 25. Now that may be too long, so I might pull it out and redo it, but I'm going to chain 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, that does look really long, but I'm just going to try this and just see. I can always rip it out and do it again. Okay, so not the first one, but the second chain from the hook, I'm going to put 2 single crochets. So that's 1 and 2. And I'm going to put 2 in the next one. This is going to help create a curl. So that was in the second one. I mean I did it in the second, from the second one in, and then the third one. So I've only did it once, twice. So I'm going to do it another time, and this will be the third time to put 2 single crochets. And it is starting to curl, but it needs to curl a little more. And this is the main one in the front, so that would be 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I'm going to do it one more time in this one. Put 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. And that does curl up pretty good. So now I'm going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch back down this chain. And the reason why I'm doing crochets and not slip stitching is because I want the strand of hair a little bit wider. If I just slip stitched, it would be really skinny, and that means I'd have to make more hair. So by doing single crochets, it gives my hair some width, therefore less strands I have to make. Just giving you some reasoning in my thought process. You can definitely make yours ever how you want to. But I was just sharing, you know, my thought process. Less work. I think making these strands of hair, and I'm going to be hot gluing mine on. You are more than welcome to sew your strands of hair on. And if you're going to sew them on, you want to leave a tail here in just a moment when we get to the end. Here's the last chain. Okay, so you would want to leave a tail. Since I know I'm hot gluing mine, I'm not leaving a very long tail. And I'm just going to pull that through. Okay. So here is my strand of hair, and I said I wanted to start that at about 2 rows down in the middle for her peak in her hair. And that's just what I saw from a picture on the internet. So I want her hair to come up. So I'm going to add a few more. Just add a few more pins here to hold it, so I can kind of get an idea of what it might look like. So yeah, that is a very big curl. But I think I'm going to leave it like that. It is a big curl at the top, but her hair is going to have curls like this. So, and then this is the one that's down the furthest. The next one I'll come up and come around like this. So I think, don't know if I have enough needles just stuck over here, but I think I'll just put another one right here to kind of just hold that in place so I can get an idea. So see, I'm probably not going to, I'd probably glue it a little bit closer to the top like that, and then have this curl. Probably something just about like that, okay? I want her to have hair. I want it to have some curl at the top. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, I did 25 on that one because I knew I wanted it to come down longer. So, I'm just going to set her right there. On the next one, I'm going to do it shorter. Let's say I'm going to chain 14. I'm just pulling that number out of the air, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so I'm going to put, that looks awful short compared to the last one. I'm going to go 16, 14, 15, 16. Okay, and then the second chain from the hook, I'm going to put 2 single crochets. Okay, and the next one, I'm going to put 2 single crochets. And the next one, I'm going to put the third set of single crochets. And then I'm going to do that one more time just to help that curve. So for the fourth set, I'm doing 2 single crochets all in the same stitch. And now I'm going to just crochet down that chain. And this looks like a very short one, but this is the deal. We don't want to do them all the same length because it would look weird. We want to have our strands of hair and our curls at different lengths. So sometimes, how many did I do on this one? 16. Sometimes I might do less, and sometimes I might do just a little bit more, just so that, you know, it's different. There's no rules. I'm making it up as I go. You can too. Okay, so I'm just going to cut me a little tail. All right. Now, if I was to come right here, and I'm going to start this strand of hair at the white. Oh yeah, see? That works. I need to pull out some more pins. I'm just going to butt that up against that. And I would glue that up to about right here and have this curl right there. Oh yeah, that's good. Now I did 16 on that one. So the next one I'm going to do longer. I'm going to do it 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's 20. It's not quite as tall as that middle one, but it'll be taller than this one right here. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to put 4 sets of 2 single crochets in each stitch. I'm doing that 4 times. That's the second time. This will be the third set. And the fourth set. Okay, and then I'm just going to crochet down this chain. So that's what I'm going to do, is just make different strands of hair just like this, and I'm going to pin them on. and have them, you know, at different lengths, and just button them up against each other to see how, you know, it's going to look. So I'm not attaching anything right now. I'm just playing around and seeing how it's going to look. Now, when I come around my eyes, I'm going to come back down into the purple on the other side of the eyes. Right now, I'm just doing above the eye. I'll show you in 1 second what I'm talking about. So, and it doesn't have to be symmetrical of what you do on one side, like above this eye. The strands don't have to be the same height on the other side. Just make each strand a different. I did 14 or 16. Okay, I think I did 16 on that one right there. This one I'm doing 20. I'm probably going to do some more 16s. And just different sizes. Okay. All right, so right here, I'm just going to butt this up right up against that. Okay, so my hair is, you can see that it is just different lengths. It is messy crazy, and I think that's the way Ursula's hair looks. That looks like Ursula's hair to me, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so what I was saying is I'm going to make another one here, and then I'm going to come down into the purple some, but I'll come back when I start to do that. But right now I'm going to do some more strands and go above the eyes on both sides, and when I get that done, I'll come back and we'll talk about coming down, the hair coming down. Right now we just want it to come up over the eyes. Okay, so I will be back after I make some more strands. You make some strands. Like I said, make them different lengths. Don't make them all the same length. Okay guys, so I've made enough strands of hair for my middle peak and then to come across each eye, but I wanted to show you what I'm doing with these tails. So I had my beginning tail and my ending tail. Since I'm not sewing mine in, I'm just tying it into a knot. I just tied it, my two tails just like that, and pulled it tight. And I'm going to thread my tail up on a yarn needle. And then I'm just going to flip this over to the back. I think that is my back right there. And I'm just going to thread this up just to weave in the tail just a little bit. I'm not really weaving it in, but I am making sure that my needle doesn't show on the front. So just on the back, I'm just pulling this yarn through, and it's a little tough to pull through two strands at one time there. And then I'm just pulling stretching my strand back out, and then I'm just going to clip this. That way we hide any tail of yarn there. Okay. So now I want to start gluing my hair on. So I'm going to take that longest piece that I had made, and I'm going to line it up above my lips there. And I'm just going to poke some pins in it just to keep that And that's the one I'm coming down into the purple. The rest of them will be up here, but that was the one I was, using to make that peak. So I'm just going to go straight up, as straight as I can. And add another strand, another stick pin up here to hold it in place. And I may just add in one more to help hold this as I'm working. Actually, I could put many because I'm only gluing one at a time. But I do want to make sure my strand is kind of straight. Feels like it might be off a little. Okay, so that is my center piece. Of hair for the peak. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add some more in here just to hold that straight, because I'm only doing one at a time so I can use all the pins. Okay, I have my hot glue ready. Now if you're sewing yours on, feel free to have fun and enjoy sewing them. But since I'm hot gluing mine, I'm going to get my hot glue gun. Trying to prop this up a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I have my hot glue gun. I'm going to take one out right. Let me think, what would be the best way to do this? Probably start at the top. Just going to put my, I don't know how well you can see this, and I'm so sorry. I'm just going to put a strip of glue right here. And just smooth the hair down. You can't see that, and I know. I'm so sorry. Let me see if I can change this up any to make the next one a little better. Sorry. Okay, so I have some hot glue. I just put a strip of glue on the head and then laid the hair down and kind of just held it down on there. Okay. I'm just going to glue just a little short section, pulling this down, kind of smoothing it as I go. Okay, and now I'm just going to glue a little bit more, and I'm putting glue on the strand of hair. And then just kind of pulling it down. And smoothing it down some. So that's what I'm going to do, is just the best that I can. You don't want to use too much glue that it comes out around the sides or the bottom. Just enough to let it, stick to each other. So that is my centerpiece. Now, let me go to the side over here on this side and see about this piece. Again, just using the pins to kind of get an idea of what I'm doing before I actually start gluing. And what I think I should do is put a pin to the side over here so I'll know about where to stop gluing. Okay. I'll go up a row. Alright, so I'm just going to put some glue right here next to that strand of hair. And then just pull this up. On here. Okay. While my glue stick is not pushing. Okay, and I'm going to just smooth that down. I like that. I think that looks good. Okay. So I'm going to come over one more strand of hair and just hold this down so I can get an idea. And come up. Just button it up against the last strand of hair. I feel like that strand of hair is the same exact size and I didn't want that, so I'm going to see. This one's taller, so I'm going to use this strand of hair because I didn't want them the same exact size. And this one I'm going to come up, bringing my glue up to about right here. So that gives 3 different heights of the curls. And that's the look that I'm kind of going for here. So I'm just putting some glue up next to the last strand. And just bringing this up, butt it up against that strand of hair. Okay. All right, I think that's going good. Now I'm going to go back to that one that was a little on the short side, or it was the same size as that other one. And I'm just going to add it right here. Okay. And I'm just using this needle over here as an idea of where to stop my glue or start the glue. Okay. Alright, that's one side done above the eye. And see, it does come over a strand past my eyeball there. So, alright. And the curls are all different lengths at the top. If you can see that. They're not the same, so that's what I was really going for. I didn't want them all to be the same. Okay, so now let's come over to the next eye. Okay, so I'm just going to start glue about where my thumb is up here. And glue the bottom part down. Okay, I really do like how the hair is turning out. I had to think on that a while to decide how to create this hair. Okay, so this one I'm going to come up a little bit higher in the glue. Okay. Okay, what y'all think? How's that coming along? Now I have one more to go over this eye. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to come up right through here. I hope that you're able to see that okay. I think the camera's in an awkward position. Well, when I have to hold a project up like this, it just kind of puts it in an awkward position for the camera. Okay, so that I have a strand over here past the eye and a strand over here past the eye, and all my hair is going up, and then it's curls at the top. I think this one could use a touch of glue, so you can always go back and, you know, add more, but you can't take away, so start small. Okay. Alright, I like the way my hair is turning out. I really like it. So now on the other side, let me put my glue gun out of the way. So now coming past the eyes, I feel like I need to come down into the purple again. So I want to do a strand probably coming about here, and then the next strand longer and coming down about here. So I need to go back to my yarn and make some longer strands, probably about 20 to 24, something like that. Maybe I'll do this one 20 and the next one 24. $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, and $20. Okay, I'm going to put 2 single crochets in the second from the hook, and then the next 3 chains I'm going to put 2 single crochets also. Okay, this will be the 3rd set. And then just crochet 1 single crochet in each chain down, just like we did on the others. And that's what I'm going to do around the rest of the head. I'm going to decide, in 1 second, I'm going to decide how far down I want the hair in the back. This ends up being a long strand. Okay, I'm going to cut my strand. Alright. Remember, I'm just tying mine in a little knot and then just barely, just kind of hide the strands, not really weaving it in, just hiding those. So I'm not going to do that on camera because I don't want the video to be so long. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring down the hair a little bit lower for this next strand of hair. And then for the next strand, I'm going to bring it down a little lower. And then maybe a little lower for the next strand. And that's probably going to be, this row right here will be about how I line it up around the back. I might have went too low on that one. Let me see. No. Yeah. So I'm kind of tapering it down here. And then from here, I'm probably going to come around. So I don't know. Might do something kind of like that. Not real deep, not all the way to the base of the neck. Just bring it down, curve it like this. So I don't want to do like just a straight line around. I'm going to pick a middle about right here maybe. So from here, that would be my longest strand. And then maybe 3 strands about right here or something. And then just start coming up to come up to this one. So the hair lengths are going to be all different lengths. You just want to come up, right? And so I showed you how I did that before, how I just counted the rows and then I added a bunch more. So from here to here, these are all going to be different lengths and just come like this. Okay? So I'm going to make some and I'll be back to show you, you know, where I'm at in the process and what I'm doing. Okay guys, I'm back. How's it going with your hair? How is it turning out? I have a lot going on my desk right here. I have glue sticks, my glue gun, my little thing I lay my glue gun on. This is a little square from the Dollar Tree. You know, that's $1.25 now. This is in the craft section. And they usually have these almost every time I go. But it's like a little cutting board type thing. But I bought one to use for my glue gun. So that's what I lay my glue gun on. And every now and then I peel it, you know. But anyway, I just have yarn. I have this that I clean my glasses with, clean my phone with. Sometimes I lay it out if I'm doing something just to give a little color black background. I have to take my phone case off my phone to put it in the holder that it's in now to film. And so I have a lot going on, but I'm still working. And I'm going to push this over because I don't want to touch it. But this is what I have going on so far. And this is just what I had in mind. Her hair going up and then curly at the top. And so I think it's working out good. You know, I started with the peak, the piece that come down to make her peak. And then it's not quite as rounded as it could be here, but it's fine. And so it comes down and come around. And then for the side, I just did a strand of hair. And then the next one, I did probably like 1 or 2 extra chains. At some point, I quit counting the chains that I'm doing. And I was just making it, you know, a little longer. So now you can see on some glue strands, you can see I got this one. It's curved up pretty good, but I'm going to straighten out some hair in a minute. But that's what it come to on my side here. I'm probably going to come in right here. I left a little bit of a little break here to put an ear if I want to. So I'm probably going to do an ear and put right here. Okay, on the other side, I did the same thing, just coming down. I might put an ear here or here, I don't know. Yeah, probably right there where my thumbs are. There'll be an ear on each side. And we'll do that together in a minute. And then I just come down, you know, adding some more hair strands. So I've working on the back section now. See if I can prop that up some. Okay, so I don't know exactly where I want this to come down to at the moment, but I went ahead and crocheted up a longer row. I counted some rows and I added a bunch to it. And I actually, on this, I think I did two single crochets in each chain for about the first 5 or 6 chains coming down, and then I stopped and just did 1 single crochet. I did that just to give it a little more of a curl there. So I'm going to kind of figure out where I want this to come down, right in the very back center, and then I'm just going to fill in on the sides. So I think that would be good for me. I'm just going to poke a pin in here. I mean, this is just an amigurumi. It's, you know, it does not have to be perfect. It'll, ever how it turns out will be perfect, okay? Yeah, I think that will look good right here. So I'm just going to fill this in. First, I'm going to start with some glue on this to set the length. Yeah, so none of these strands are the same length. Matter of fact, I've stopped counting lengths, and I've just made some strands just to fill in here and stuff. So it's all good. It's all good. Don't be afraid that you're going to mess up, because you can't mess it up. Ever how it ends up is perfect. Because it's your creation, it's your, you know, it's going to be unique for ever how you do it. And if what I'm doing, if you say, oh, I can do it better than that, I know another way, then go for it, because there's not a correct way or a wrong way or anything like that. We're just creating, having fun. And I really do love how this hair is turning out. It's just what I had in mind. You know, sometimes you just get a vision in your head, and sometimes when I get a vision in my head and then I try to create that vision, it doesn't turn out like the vision in my head. But this hair is turning out just like my vision today, so that's good. So on this right here, I'm just going to add a little bit more glue right here to hold that curl up, and then just curl that. Now this particular project that I'm making, Phoebe, there's nobody here. Sorry about that. This particular project that I'm making, it's not really a child's toy. This is something, you know, to sit up and admire, okay? So I'm not worried about, you know, a kid playing with this or anything like that. But I'm going to tell you, I love these curls. I love it. Phoebe, hush. And I do kind of like how my curls got taller in the back. Although, you know, you may not see all that from one view. Alright, so I have 2 more strands here that I can add on at the moment. And so that is my longest piece. So now I'm just going to kind of be working up to meet this. I'm going to fill in this space on each side. I'm just trying to see if this strand is long enough. Yeah. And it is a winner. Okay. So isn't this fun? I love just creating this hair and letting it just turn out like this. So, you know, next time you're making an amigurumi or a doll or something like that, consider, you know, branching out and doing hair kind of like this. Or, I mean, you don't have to do it exactly like this, but, you know, you don't have to do the same kind of hair on each project. You can change it up sometimes. And I think this was a nice change for me, because I have never done hair that goes up, because most dolls or amigurumis or something, you know, you're doing the hair down, but I knew Ursula's hair went up. So that was my biggest challenge, I guess, for this project, was to figure out the hair, and I'm very happy with the way it is turning out. Okay, so when I get over to this section here, I'm just going to keep filling it in, even though that's a big curve and this is straight. I'll just fill it in, like, just keep filling it in like that. And then if you get to, I don't know what yours looks like. If I get to the point where I have one here, I may just do a little short one and just fill in that little space. So it'll all work out. Okay, I think I'll put that one on this side, because it is a longish one. I know some people have joined in and are making Ursula, and I can't wait to see your photos of how your Ursula turns out. So post those in the Facebook group, Llama Kayla and Big Daddy, so that we will see those. This weekend, I am going to go somewhere where I have internet connection and check out pictures and stuff in the group. I don't have internet connection this week at the house. We don't have an internet service. I know I mentioned this sometimes, but people don't see every video, and I just want people to know that I don't have internet service at my house. I have to actually go somewhere to get an internet service. And sometimes, you know, sometimes I'm able to jump on and do a few things I need to do, but mostly when I'm out of the house, I'm out of the house for a reason. But yeah, we live in the woods. We live in the Ouachita Wildlife Management area, so we're covered with trees galore. Plus, we have a metal roof. And we just don't have, there's not an internet service that's available to my address. But I think I'm doing pretty good anyway. I make it work. Sometimes I have to drive my phone up to the store, which is up on the highway, to get signal to upload a video. So I'm making it work. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue to hold that curl down. Whoops. Yep. Glue is my friend. Alright guys, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill in these little 2 areas right here, and then I will be back. Okay guys, this is how the hair has turned out on my Ursula head, and I really do like it. I just love it. I love how it's turned out. I love the back, all those curls. And, you know, when you're doing yours, if you decide to make this, you can put more curls here. You can, you know, do it ever how you want to. You can arch this more if you wanted to. That's just the way mine turned out. But I like it. I like how it turned out. The back, you can see I just kind of did a little V. I've never liked my hair cut straight across. Like, I just don't like that look. So I've always wanted my hair to, I don't know, have a longer point and like this. And so that's the way I tend to make dolls and stuff. And you can see, like, I didn't do everything. Like I said, I quit counting and was just making some strands. And so they're not even, like this one is up and this one's down. I mean, yeah, it's no right or perfect way. Our hair is not all the same exact length. I need to go through and pick out all my little strands of hot glue. But anyway, and you can see I filled in right here with this one, and it turned out fine. And then over here is where I was filling in. So we need to make ears. That's what we're fixing to do. Here's one ear that I've made, and we're going to make another one. Simple, simple, very simple ear. Okay, make a slip knot. Ever how you're used to making a slip knot. And then I'm still using my 5mm H hook. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to chain 2. In that first chain, I'm going to put 6 half double crochets. And half double crochets are a little bit, oh, I wasn't even on camera, was I? I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm making my slip knot again. Okay, so I have it on my H hook, and I'm going to chain 2. Okay, and then I'm doing 6 half double crochets into that first chain. That's 1. 2. So sorry about that. The mail lady drove up and Phoebe went to barking. So I'm on the 6 half double crochet all in that first chain from where I chained 2, and then I just did 6 half double crochets into that. Alright, and then I'm going to just slip stitch right over to that very first half double crochet. If I can get my hook through there. Alright, I'm just slip stitching through there and pulling it through the stitch and then pulling it through the loop on my hook. And I'm just going to snip my yarn. Okay. And I'm going to tie a little knot there. And did I do that on this one yet? I don't think so. Okay, so, look, I'm over trying to weave in these ends. I'm just going to hot glue my ends behind it. Or what I'm going to do is, I tied a knot. So I'm just going to cut my strand down pretty close. Not too close, but pretty close. So that's what I've got. Let me get all these extra strands out of the way. And let's see, on this one, I already tied a knot. So I'm just clipping those tails off. I'm over trying to weave in those ends. Okay, so I left a little space right there for an ear. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hot glue this ear right in there. And I'm going to have it where mine stands out. So that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm putting enough hot glue in there, but not too much. And then I'm just going to take this ear and shove it in there. And I'm holding it down. Holding it in place to give the glue a few minutes to kind of cool off and start sticking. But yeah, that's my ear. Perfect, perfect. Ever how it turns out, it's perfect, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing on this other side, but I don't want to mess up that ear while I'm trying to glue this ear. Let's see, this might work. I'm just going to put some glue right here, and I'm not even checking to see if I have them even. We're just going to hope that they are. I mean, sometimes people's ears are not even, right? And especially if you live under the sea, your ears probably aren't even. Okay. There's my ears. Oh my gosh, I love it. I like how this has turned out. Now I'm gonna unplug my hot glue gun. All right, I need to talk about my eyes. Do I want to do eyelashes? I think this is Ursula, and I think Ursula makes a big statement. So I have these eyes that I had purchased at $1.25, and I actually probably purchased these back when they were $1.25. So I use one eyelash, and I usually cut it in half to use for my amigurumis because I don't need, you know, a whole. I think that's what I'm going to do. This is an adhesive glue. I think that's for if you're going to, like, take the eyes, like if you're wearing them for yourself and you take them off and reapply them. I don't know. I've never wore false eyelashes, and I don't expect that I ever will. So I'll never know unless somebody tells me. So I'm just going to take my eyelash and cut it in half. I'll just cut it in half, okay? It's in half. We didn't measure. Now, I'm going to take this. It has got glue and sticky on it. So I'm just going to push it down on there. Oh my gosh, Ursula, you're so cute. And I don't know how I would even most see that I'm doing this exactly the same. So I'm not going to attempt to, okay? Oh, I put it backwards. I want it to stand up. Okay, there we go. I think her eyelashes are stuck on there pretty good. They already had like a lot of glue and very sticky on them, so they don't need any extra. All right, so cute. Like I said, I need to pick out all my little glue strands, stringies that might be on there, but you know, that'll come. It'll come within time. All right, guys, so you've seen in the video how I did my hair, and you know, I really didn't put a whole lot thought process into making those strands. Like I said, they're, you know, none of them are the same length. They're all different lengths just because our hair grows in all different lengths. And I think it gives it more character like that instead of just being all, you know, exactly the same. And I am very pleased, very, very pleased with how the hair turned out. And the ears and the eyelashes. I love her head all the way around. So here is the head to my Ursula. So I had mentioned that I pulled up a picture of Ursula on the internet and studied that photo for a few days. And actually I had saved the photo so I could go back and look at it when I didn't have internet access. And you know, Ursula's hair goes up, it doesn't go down, so I knew I had to go up. And I wanted it to be, you know, I wanted it to look like hair. And I wanted it to be curly on the top and, you know, kind of wavy or whatever. So that is how my Ursula's hair turned out. I'm very pleased with it. I love the back. Like, I don't know, I just love all those curls back there. I'm still picking off little strands of hot glue because I hot glued mine. Some people might, you know, prefer to sew theirs on, and that's great. But just for my issues, hot glue is easier for me. And then I did make her ears, and so I might even like add her some little earrings later. Is that hitting my head? Something's hitting my head. I might add her some earrings later on as she gets made. I don't know. We'll just see how she turns out. And then, you know, I put those lips on there and those eyes yesterday's video. And today I added her some eyelashes because, you know, Ursula's extra. So, and then here's the bottom of my head. So next video, I'm going to be making the body and figuring out that body, and this head is going to go on top of that body. So in the next video, I'll be using my navy, which is right here. I'll be using navy blue, and then when it gets up to her chest, I'll be using the purple, which her head will attach to. But just, I love that hair. I love it. I love how her hair turned out. I'm very, very pleased with that. And as I said in a video, I don't know if it was this one or the first one, this is really a amigurumi that's, for me, I don't consider this a toy. I consider this a art piece that, you know, would be set up for display and just admired. You know, not for a kid to play with because they'd probably be too rough with that hair. And yeah, I don't know. But I do consider this an art piece because it is just coming together just how I envisioned the hair to be. So thank you for watching, and just thank you so much for coming and watching and supporting me in my videos and cheering me on. We got this, guys. Remember, it is a beautiful day to crochet, and I will see you in the next video. The next part of this, which will be part 3, we'll be making the body. So come back. See you later.